Neighbors in Lawrence County are bracing for possibly more rain hours after a flood, and businesses were already flooded.
Yeah, so Jordan James shows us the impact and how they're all preparing.
Roads throughout Lawrenceburg were covered in water. While it has started to recede, concerns linger across the community. Fans are turning inside of Little Capone's.
Trying to do the best we can and keep trying to serve the community.
As the Lawrenceburg restaurant dries out after being flooded, Emery Jones is the general manager.
When it first started raining, it just kept falling, and then it was here. And until it stopped, there wasn't anything we could really do. We were flooded out. I mean, we were standing in probably an inch or two of water.
Lawrence County EMA director tells WSMB4 that a few inches of rain fell, causing roads to flood and crumble, eventually flowing to retention ponds and drying up. Staff and customers pitched in to clean up.
And that's what helped us. This is a great community.
With additional rain projected, many are left on alert.
We're definitely concerned. We've been kind of playing with ideas all day of what we can do to try to prevent it, but sometimes Mother Nature has other plans.
Officials plan to monitor the forecast and express confidence in the current infrastructure, which will be put to the test through the rest of the week. For now, reporting here in Lawrence County, Jordan James, WSMB4.